Mama, Mama, you know I love you. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Loving you was like food to my soul. Mhm. Good Sunday afternoon, YouTube. How you guys doing today, honey? Today. Hey, Mouse King, how you doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful end of the weekend, Sunday today. I know I am. So anyway, if you guys were listening to my live stream yesterday, we had a very illuminating conversation about feminism and womanism and a whole lot of other things, right? So anyway, I found this video because YouTube is real messy. So I'm on Hey NTV, how you doing? So I'm on YouTube this morning listening, and pops a certain video on my stream. I say, now YouTube, good morning, Dion Court. How you doing? I said, you know what, YouTube real messy, right? And so so I was getting my whole life from this video from this young man, right? And so I'm going to play this video for you guys, okay? And we're going to come back to discuss. I was going to make a pre-recorded video. I was like, no, 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 no. I want some live interactions, okay? Because this is a wonderful piece of knowledge. This young man, you may not be, familiar with him, but he does very popular content creator in the conscious sector of YouTube. His name is Young Pharoah. And I don't mean the woke sector where I came from. I mean the conscious sector, Sinetizen sector, okay, over there. And he is he centers his content around, the metaphysics, I'm sorry, I can't hardly speak, the metaphysical side of things as pertaining to our African culture, right? So he's going to break down a little African ancestry for you. And like I said, I hope that you guys will be interactive in this conversation. I will pause at certain points in the video to make sure you guys understand where he's coming from. You guys may not be familiar with this type of information. It may be uncomfortable for some people, but the information is accurate and is on point. Because had it not been accurate on point, I wouldn't be putting it on my channel. Right now, I don't agree with everything that he says, via every video that he's made. But I do agree with this video. Now, why YouTube had this video come down my stream? As soon as I did the video yesterday, is just real messy. Okay, I'm just saying, just on the side note, because they knew that I was going to listen to this video. The algorithm is something else, y'all. I'm telling you, it's real messy. But anyway, before we get started, let me read this. Now says YouTube has been giving me all sorts of recommendations of things I would never normally watch. True, me too. Hey, Elaine, how you doing? Um, Dion says, same here, Miles. Must be part of the new changes coming soon. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, Dion. You're absolutely right about that. Have y'all noticed all those videos of entertainers, those entertainer channels that have popped up on YouTube? Yeah, honey, that's part of the reason as well. Hey, Brand. Hey, girl. Hey. And once again, hey, Elaine. So anyway, let me play the video for you guys because it's Sunday. I don't want to hold you guys too long, but I really wanted to share this video with you guys, okay, and get your reaction. Like I said, it is ancestrally and historically correct as it pertains to how societies, how African-led, how African societies were run, okay, in ancient Africa. Okay, you guys know that I love to speak about our African ancestry, okay, especially in a historical sense. And and because of the video when I was speaking about yesterday, the subject that I was speaking on, it was a perfect. It complemented that commentary that I did yesterday. Okay, Miles said I keep getting uh, I keep getting recommendations about biotanks and the weirdest thing. Okay, biotanks is the weirdest thing. I don't know what that's about, Miles. I keep getting videos about dogs. I love dogs. I love animals. I love nature. I get a lot of videos about that. You know what I mean? It's interesting, you know, and of course I love my erex videos. And anyway, let me play this video for you guys, okay? And we're gonna come back to discuss. Hope that you guys will hit the like button. And let's get started, okay? Let me pull up the video. And also, when the video starts to play, if you will hit the like button, and when you, I mean, hit the like button. I'm sorry. If you will hit the number one to signify that you can hear the video, it'll be great because if you can't hear the video, I'll just turn up the volume on my microphone. And so, yeah. And so when it starts, just hit the one if you can hear it well, okay? And if not, let me know and I will simply turn up the volume, okay? Like I said, let me find the video and we'll get started because I won't hold you guys too long. Okay, here we go.
This video right here is about why black civilizations were always matrilineal, okay? And so I'm gonna go ham right now because people don't understand Western versus.
Hold on. Now, when he says matrilineal, he's meaning matriarchal, female led. Okay, that's what he means by matrilineal. Matrilineal pertains to the way they married, the way they passed down dynasties from generation to generation. And he's saying matrilineal, I'm gonna say matriarchal, so that you can guys can understand he's talking about female. Okay, so let's go.
Eastern psychology. And also, when we say Western, we mean when Europeans came over here and created, you know, their colonial stage. Set their colonial stage over here in the Western Hemisphere. But if you exit them out of here before that time period, over here when black people were the Olmecs and the Incas and the Mayans and the Aztecs, etc., and the Indians, whether it be Cherokee, Choctaw, whatever, Blackfoot, whatever Indian tribe you want to go to, Taino, they were all matrilineal. Egypt was matrilineal, okay? Every black civilization was matrilineal. The Nagas, aka you get the word, hence the word Nagasaki, Naga meaning niggas, meaning black king, black royalty. So the Egyptian Cushites, because if you don't know, Egypt was a global empire. It extended outside of Egypt. Don't let history lie to you. The pharaohs came over to the Americas and they went over to Japan and they ruled over there too. Okay, so the entire history of samurais and ninjas and all of that was based off of African ancestry. You can go look up Japan right now. You can go to any traditional Japanese or samurai school in Japan right now. They tell you in order to be considered an official samurai, you have to have black blood. This is on the record. So we established all of that. Now, the reason this is important is because now we live in a world today where everything is patrilineal, or they say this is a man's world. And I want to show y'all why everything was matrilineal. I want to show y'all why Black Panther, the movie, when they specifically depicted Africa, they showed intellectual and powerful women. They showed the power of the matriarch. Okay, there was a science that our ancestors understood. The Bible lies to you when they tell you you're the child of your father, because the elites, aka non-Africans that rule the world to you, are here to lie to you to keep you outside of your original state of consciousness. And so let me tell you once again why black civilizations consider royalty to be matrilineal. Okay, when a woman gets pregnant, she already has the potential amount of human beings she can create via her eggs. You don't give a woman eggs. Okay, she already has them. Now, why is this important? She already has the abundant amount of genetics needed to encode each and every human being that she creates. So a lot of people think the sperm is what gives the woman genes, okay, to help create you. No, mitochondrial DNA is exclusively maternal, which means it's passed down from mama to child, okay? Now, if you look at the depiction of a sperm, you got the head and then you got the tail. A man's mitochondrial DNA is in the tail. The tail doesn't make it into the sperm, okay? In any aspect of DNA, mitochondrial DNA, for the most part, that makes it into the sperm, that makes it into the woman's egg, okay? A woman has a gene called a CPS6 gene. Go look it up, CPS6 gene. This gene activates and releases chemicals that actually destroys and kills the male sperm. So you might now say, well, how does a man get a woman pregnant? It's called a zinc process or a zinc atom. What happens is the sperm detonates itself inside the woman's egg, and it sends an electrical charge, which actually activates the woman's egg and reminds her to do something that she was already able to do. So if you look up the word virgin, it goes back to the word parthenos, which means virgin. So at one point in time, there was a process called parthenogenesis, which I broke down 4 years ago, where women were able to sexually impregnate themselves. I've done plenty of videos on here on parthenogenesis. I got an entire lecture on here titled "The Black Woman is God." I break down parthenogenesis. I'm not going into that now. But with that being said, there was a process titled parthenogenesis where women were able to self-impregnate themselves. Okay, and so
let me pause it right here. When he's talking about, there have been documented cases where women have had what do you call it in the Bible? You have immaculate conceptions, and immaculate conception is actually possible. There are recorded incidences of women becoming pregnant without the help of a man. Even in nature, right now, the seahorse impregnates itself. Okay, but because of nature, because of, and I did a video a while ago about the three creations of man, and part of the three creations of man, during the first creation of man, just on a side note, during the first creation of man, there was simply the woman, and when they say the term SheGod, the reason why they call the woman SheGod, we know that there is the oldest living human, the oldest living Homo sapien was found in Africa, and it was of a female. And that is because during the first creation of man, the woman created life herself. This is what he is talking about, hence the term SheGod. Okay, so anyway, let's continue.
It's important. Women already had the capacity to reproduce sexually, okay, without the aid of today what we would call a male, thousands of years ago. Okay, women still produce sperm on their own in their bone marrow today. Okay, go watch my lecture titled "The Black Woman is God." I broke that all down. I don't want to go into it now because it's gonna get me off topic. So that being said,
when he says that the black woman produces sperm, right today, what he's talking about is testosterone. Okay, not fully testosterone, but a testosterone-like chemical that the woman possesses in her body. Hence, she can technically create a child out on her own. All right.
The CPS6 gene eradicates any and everything that you would think you would contribute to your woman on a majority scale. So what the egg does is the same thing a paramedic do, or a doctor would do when you dead. They shock your chest and bring you back to life. They recapacitate you. So what your sperm does is it recapacitates the woman's egg and reminds her body to do something that it was once already able to do on its own, and then she becomes pregnant. And so now, why is this important? Not only does the woman carry humanity in her womb, does she carry the genes needed to encode humanity in her womb, she gives humanity the mitochondrial strand of DNA, which is exclusively maternal. So you get even your skin tissues come from your mama. So when you touch your own face or when you touch another human being, you actually touching the flesh of a female, okay? The only thing that differentiates men from women biologically is the X and the Y chromosome. An X chromosome is considered a metacentric chromosome. A Y chromosome is considered a sub-metacentric chromosome. Sub for substitute, because a Y chromosome is an X chromosome minus 2.8% of its own mass. So this is why for the first 4 to 6 weeks of any child's life, they start off as a female. They don't start.
Let me pause right there. He is absolutely right. Now, when he went back and he was telling you guys that the reason why the male excretes as much sperm into a woman when the sperm is trying to impregnate those eggs, the reason why so much sperm is introduced in the female body is because the sperm knows that most of that sperm is going to be disintegrated. It's going to be destroyed by the female chromosomes, and it's going to be destroyed. Most of it is going to be destroyed. Yes, the body fights it off, Dion. The body fights it off because it is foreign to the woman. It is not necessary. Hence, going from the first creation of man to the third creation of man. If you get where I'm coming from with this. Ooh, the thing went off. So anyway, I just want to throw that little bit in there because it's a lot of stuff. Now he did this video in under 20 minutes and he left out a lot of it, and I was, just trying to fill a little bit of it in. So let me start the video back up. But that is why most of the sperm is destroyed when it enters the woman's body. That is why, because it is not natural to the woman's body, because technically, via the first creation of man, meaning human, Hueman, it technically is not necessary. Okay? So anyway, let's continue.
Turn into a male until that 4th to 6th week. So every man that's watching this video right now, okay, you, including myself, would have been a female after the 4 to 6 weeks of our development in our mama's womb if that Y chromosome didn't come in. And I broke this down. I broke down extraterrestrials. I broke down genetic engineering. I got plenty of lectures. Go to youngpharaoh.net, subscribe and watch them. I'm not going to explain that right now. I've done that for you. I've done that a long time. But continuing on, this right here is why our ancestors considered the bloodline and considered the society to be matriarchal. This is why women develop faster than men. Little girls' brains develop faster than little boys because they're the original life form on this planet Earth. So now what Europeans did to eradicate black people's form of spirituality, which is predicated upon science, because they want you to think everything was spooky. It wasn't spooky. We were scientific before they were. We taught them. What they did was they came and they flipped it. So now instead of the woman being at the top and the woman being the carrier of the human race, now they create a fictitious God and take the woman off the God pedestal. And now the man is the head of the nation. The man is they say in the Bible, the child is, the son of the father is that's who the child belongs to. That's not true. The bloodline, the skin tissues, the mitochondrial DNA comes from your mother. Women give you on average, women carry on average 200 to 250,000 mitochondrial DNA. They carry a inventory of mitochondrial DNA from an amount at any given time of 200 to 250,000. Men carry what? 3 to 10,000. So even if you were to give your children all of the mitochondrial DNA you had, if you give your children 5,000 of your mitochondrial DNA inventory, they still gonna get 195,000 other mitochondrial DNA substances from their mother. So you're not gonna outbeat mama when it comes to creating a child. And so women not only carry human life, they are biologically composed to sustain a human life, give birth to a human life, and then nourish that human life after they give birth to it. So women are like the holster to the gun, the bullets in the gun, shooting you with the gun, and the scope on the gun. The only thing you is the nigga that say, shoot him right there. And so I'm not trying to demote men because we have a beautiful masculine role in the world. But the reason we can't play our position is because we live in a world where the woman can't play her position. And the reason that women can't play their position is because since they haven't been able to play their position so long, they developed this overly feminist, aggressive mentality that when you put them in a position that is not aggressive, but it is a divine feminine position, they play it too masculine. So this is why the energies is balanced.
Now let me just say, I disagree with that. Okay, I don't believe that black women are overly aggressive. Okay, I think that because of a lot of male patriarchal understandings, even young Pharaoh fell to that patriarchy real quick. Okay, I don't think that we are overly masculine at all. I disagree with that. Okay. I believe that we are very dominant by nature. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us, and a lot of black women have had to become dominant, overly dominant in some cases, because they are the leaders. They are now the leaders of a whole lot of families. Okay, the man is nowhere to be found for a whole lot of reasons. Okay, and a lot of that is by design, but a lot of that is by choice, especially as it pertains to the black community. Another reason why I want to play this video is because we talked about this yesterday. Anyway, let's continue.
Because somebody who didn't understand the energy not only threw it off, but created a fictitious form of created a fictitious form of rulership predicated upon a fictitious source of energy creation, being via by the man. And so this is why African nations, okay, black nations, aboriginal nations, whatever cute word you want to use, whether you go to Egypt, Africa, South Africa, Central Africa, North America, South America, the West Indies, India, Japan, Russia, anywhere where black people were before non-black, it was a matriarchal civilization. And so what Europeans have done in the history books is they make it look like we were women worshipers and we were weak men and we was just kissing women's ass all day and Alexander the Great came over there and conquered. That's not true. None of that is true. The Greeks were homosexuals. They had no understanding, no value for divine femininity because they kicked all their women off to the island of Lesbos. So when we was building temples and we was building pyramids, which are giant wombs, okay? And we was erecting entire civilizations dedicated to the worship and praise of our mama because we knew that she was the source between the spirit world and the physical world. And we knew how divine she was. They was in Rome talking about there's no greater love between that which is between two men. So now these same people, okay, have finessed their way into rulership and has convinced you that your woman have no value. They have convinced you, okay, that females is down here. They have convinced you that this is a man's world. And so you don't even know that you are you straddling the fence of homosexuality. This is why most y'all niggas would rather go hang with your niggas all day and play 2K, or you would rather go outside and be with 20, 30 niggas all day, leave your girl in the house, because nigga, you damn near a Greco-Roman. You damn near a Greek freak. But somebody say anything about building with your queen or go get you some queens to build with, and that's not entertaining to you. So women have no value in this world to the average man besides sexual reproduction, because you have the mentality of the original Greeks who had that mentality against their own woman. And so it is important, especially for black men, to understand the value of a woman. Because if you don't understand the value of a woman, you don't understand the value of our ancestors. Motherfucker, it don't get no simpler than that. And so I'm a man. Just like I'm not saying kiss no woman ass, let no woman walk all over you. None of that. And I'm not saying women watch this video and think you can go downplay a man or devalue a man. What I'm saying is everybody need to understand the importance of gender roles.
Right.
Gender roles. Understand the importance of gender roles. Your gender role is created by your genetic makeup. Okay? Your genetic makeup is created by your creator. And your creator is that higher level of consciousness which created you to play that role according to your gender. Right now, nobody's playing their gender role because you still underneath a psychological.
Let me pause right there for a minute, because he said a whole lot. Okay. In that video yesterday, I titled it, "What's Your Role?" Okay, because he's absolutely telling the truth about the woman being devalued, especially as it pertains in the black community. Nowadays, she's disrespected, not only in the black community, in every community, because like I said yesterday, the black woman is the most disrespected. We all know this woman on the planet, even here on YouTube, in a predominantly black female populated sector. Okay, we are disrespected and we are devalued. Okay, and that is all because of some deep-seated male ego titled patriarchy, which is not even authentically our philosophy. It is not authentically the ancient Africa's way of living. Okay, and he is absolutely right about that. And no, nobody is trying to emasculate anybody. Nobody is trying to speak derogatorily about anybody's sexuality. But the bottom line is, because of ego and patriarchy and a whole lot of twisted other stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? Sexuality being at the end of the totem pole. Because of that, the black woman has become devalued not only by the black man, but by the rest of the world. Okay, and the number one reason why we are disrespected and we are devalued and we are rendered worthless, except when it comes to procreation. Okay, and they are even trying to render women nowadays worthless when it comes to procreation. Okay, because you can have two men get married, and what would they do? They would go out and adopt a child. Okay, so they are now even trying to devalue your procreation. Okay, the fact that you are the only one that can create life. They are even trying to devalue that. Okay, you got designer babies out here. You got all of this stuff going on, all in the effort to devalue the woman. All right. And that is out of order, and that is confusing people as to the gender roles, the traditional gender roles. And we see a lot of that, like it or not. Do you see what I'm saying? On an everyday basis. Okay. And there is no balance. I agree with that, Miles. There is no balance anymore as it pertains to gender. Okay, we see that on an everyday basis. We see that in our own darn black community. You have black men online, black gay men online, advocating more for the LGBT community, more than advocating for the black community. Okay, there is no strong black leadership in the black community anymore. Okay, and a lot of this is by design, but like I said, a lot of it is by choice. All right, because I'm not going to blame everything on patriarchy. Okay, I'm just not, and I'm not even going to blame everything on pale people. Okay, because some of this, is the male's fault. He no longer wants to step up and do what he is supposed to do. And what he is supposed to do traditionally is be the head of the family. He no longer wants that role for a whole lot of reasons. Okay. So he has chosen, and many times he's chosen to just tuck his tail and just hang out with his homeboys. Okay. Marry his homeboys. Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's continue.
Guise of colonialism. Okay? And it's so bad, it's to the point where now black people have even confused their own goddamn self to the value of women. White women over here just started getting respected by white men probably 60 years ago. The feminist movement over here was what, 60, 70 years ago? So white men just was forced after 2,000 years to respect a woman. We've been respecting women. So if you don't understand the value of a woman by now, if you don't understand the power of a matriarch by now, you are upholding the destruction of balance. Because that is, patriarch is not balanced. Democracy is not balanced. It's not. It's not. And so scientifically, genetically, spiritually, consciously, we can understand the value and the power and the ability to manifest greatness when it comes to feminine energy, when it's in its proper place. But it's so long as we keep it outside of its proper place, take a look at the world today and tell me what you see. And so with that being said, family, this video right here was not to strike anything up. I know that I got followers. I don't like saying followers. I know I got people that love information and get in tune with me of all races. Okay? But his history may hurt you sometimes. That's not my fault. I didn't write it. Y'all wrote it. I didn't write it. I'm just telling you the truth about the lies that was wrote, that was meant for me, but now they might end up hurting you too. And so that being said, this video is not to offend anybody or to devalue anybody or to attack any nation or country. This video is to let you know that not only is it being done wrong, why it's being done wrong, and not only that we were doing it right, but how we were doing it right. Okay? And so when you look at the world today and you see this patriarch and you see women at the bottom of the totem pole, and nowhere in the world do women get value, even in the Bible. Women ain't used for nothing but sexual reproduction. You can read the whole Bible. Ain't no important women in there. And
now hold up, let me just say, caution be advised. He gonna say some stuff that's really kind of deep, but it's factual. It's true. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, here it comes. Now I wasn't gonna play this part, but I'm gonna play this part because it's essential to this video. It is also essential as it pertains to the conversation of religion versus spirituality. Okay, so just be warned. Okay, I'm gonna play it. NWO don't care about collateral damage. The new world order. You're right about that due process. I agree with that. Let me read this real fast because I'm trying to see if I'm gonna play this part or not. But Ooh, child. It's just like be advised. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna have to play it, okay? Um Mal said, I think our people have become too suspicious of each other to actually um, stand together the cause of that. I kind of agree with you. Our people have become very suspicious of each other, especially as it pertains to men and women. You know, we see a lot of that on a daily basis. That's why you have so much other stuff that's going on. And when you have a heterosexual male, a lot of the times, he will, want to date interracially and all of this and all of that. You know what I mean? Because of a whole lot of reasons. He may have issues with his mommy. He may have, he might not be considered a prime, I hate to say it like it. He may not be considered a top choice in the community, especially like maybe when he was young. You know what I mean? He may have been looked over, but now he's gotten older, become more upwardly mobile, and because he mad because the girls didn't pick him in school, he wants to date outside of his race. He may be scared of a woman, a black woman, a strong-minded black woman. For whatever reason, and some of that reason is ego. Do you see what I'm saying? And so for a whole lot of reasons, we don't trust each other as it pertains to male female relationships. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's the status of our community right now. That is in part the reason why we have so many female led households today, and there are a lot of men that shirk their responsibility. We all know this. Do you see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you want to be called the head, I heard somebody on the woke sector say one time, well, she won't let me lead. Now, if you have to ask me permission to let you lead, okay, then you are not a leader. You might want to step back. Okay. That is lack of confidence that you have in yourself that the woman actually has given to you. Okay, because there's a lot of compromising that goes on in a relationship. And like I said, even though our ancient African peoples, they were female led societies. Even though they were female led societies, even though they were matriarchies, we also practice reciprocity. Okay. And it's just unfortunate. But anyway, I'm going to play the last little bit of this video. And like I said, be warned, if you are sensitive, if you are uber religious, you might not like what the brother finna say, but it's true. It's factual. It's true. Now, some of the words that he's using is a bit much, but I'm just saying, I want y'all to hear the rest of it, okay? And so it's just a little bit more to go. So here we go. Lord, do I need to play the rest of this? I'm gonna play it. Do y'all want to hear the rest of this? Just let me say. Hit the one if you want to hear the rest of this video, okay? Either that, either I play it for you now, or I can put the link to the video so you can go hear the rest the rest of it for yourself, okay? You want to hear it now? Okay, okay. Alicia want to hear it. Miles want to hear it. All right, guys, here we go. I'm gonna play the rest of it now. Don't get your feathers in the uproar. Okay, Laura says she want to hear it, but anyway, we're gonna play it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Be warned.
You get the Virgin Mary, and she was 12 years old. Joseph was 90 something, so that was pedophilia.
No.
And then God impregnated a 12-year-old, and that was pedophilia. And then somehow God came over here and told Christians Jesus was the last prophet, and then he slid over to Arabia, switched his name to Allah, and told the Arabs, oh, I lied to them Christians over there. Jesus not the last prophet. I'm going to send somebody named Allah. And then he made another prophet who went on to marry and have sex with another 6-year-old named Aisha. So the only time you see women in religion is they're being abused underage by a prophet who was sent by God or by God himself, even in the Torah. In the Torah, it say that it's okay to have sex with a 3-year-old, and if they cry, it's not no, if they shed a tear, then it's okay. It says it in the Torah. You can go look it up, and it's more pedophilic verses in there. I did a whole lecture on Judaism Exposed. Go to youngfredo.net, subscribe, watch the lecture. So that being said, the only time you see women in religion is they underage getting sexually abused or they getting blamed for something, like Eve eating the apple. So in this world, which is ruled by peoples whose ancestors were homosexuals and had no value for women besides raping them to sexually reproduce and then you take the doctrines which were created by this people, be a religion, okay, democracy, the patriarch, or being patrilineal, and you allow them to influence your mind. Why do you think we got trannies running around? Why do you think we got so much homosexuality running around? Why do you think we got women struggling? Why do you think we got all these black women wearing weave because they insecure with themselves? Because this world is not pro-woman. This world is pro-man. That means it's unbalanced. It's supposed to be pro-both, and it's supposed to let us both play our role. It's supposed to let men be masculine and be protectors and providers, and let women be feminine and let women be creators, nurturers, and manifestors. Okay? And so there's no yin yang. It's only yin, and they cut the yang out. Period. That's the world we living in. And so get it right. And if you don't get it right, at least understand why our ancestors had it right. And that is why black civilizations consider royalty to be matrilineal. And with that being said, family, I love y'all. Peace.
Whew. That last part, though, I'm like, okay. But my God, he's not lying. He's not even lying about the Torah. Okay? And so, all the Bible, that whole virgin birth thing and all of this and all that, you can really break that down into. Do I even want to get into that? You can break that down to the virgin birth. You can break that down. You can carry that all the way back to what he was talking about at the beginning of the video, about women having the ability to impregnate themselves. You can roll that all the way back to that right there. Do you see what I'm saying? And we know that when it comes to religion, even today, religion, the woman has to take a back seat as it pertains to religion. A lot of people still believe that women can't be pastors. Do you see what I'm saying? And you can break that down to religion and patriarchy. Even King James was homosexual. Do you see what I'm saying? And so yeah, you can he's telling the truth. And about that whole Muslim, yeah, all of that. Them Hebrew Israelites, all of that. Yeah, I don't know. Just none of it. 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 I can't co-sign none of it. All right, I just cannot. All right, the way that the woman, they want to pretty much make the woman, render her useless, and put her in a subservient role, barefoot and pregnant. Okay, I don't get down like that. All right. And so anyway, that is the reason why I want to share this video for you guys, because it perfectly accompanied my video from yesterday, when we were talking about the power of a woman, when we were talking about the role of women in this sector. Okay, it was it accompanied that video from yesterday perfectly, and I was like, YouTube show is messy, because they know I was gonna want to play this video for y'all. So I played the video for y'all, right? So is the algorithm running me, or am I running the algorithm? Okay, me myself, I want to know. So let me read a couple of these, comments. Yeah, I am tickled to death over it. Like, you have no idea. Okay, yeah. Alicia said, no, due process said, oh, his name is Young Pharaoh. He has a very popular channel here on YouTube. YouTube search his name, Laura_Virgo. I can't believe you never heard of Young Pharaoh before. But yeah, just Google search his name. I mean, YouTube search his name. Okay. Due process says hurt so good. Alicia says raised Catholic, and I have been challenging religion since I was 15. Ooh, child, especially the Catholics. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. I don't blame you from challenging religion, and you've been raised Catholic. Okay, I challenge religion, and I was raised Baptist. Okay, so yeah, I feel you. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of people discount a consciousness of Christ, and the consciousness of Christ. The whole consciousness of Christ. The whole thing is, you know, pretty much set to the side. In the Bible. Do you see what I'm saying? Because they deified a human being, they turned it into flesh, and then they said that flesh and bone man died for your sins. Now, how that's possible, actually, I don't know. But okay. And due process said, Pharaoh ain't holding back. She should girl, he won't hold it back at the. I'm like, oh. I don't know, but okay. Alicia said, "Yep, just like they made Mary Magdalene a prostitute, right? Because they refused to accept she was Jesus' right hand. Absolutely. And she was actually, if you can get some pastors to tell the truth, Mary Magdalene is known as the first prophet, the first prophetess. The first prophet was a woman named Mary Magdalene, as it pertains to the Bible. So you're right about that, And not only did they do that to Mary Magdalene in the Bible. And part of the reason why they did that is because of patriarchy. It's because of Jewish patriarchy. Okay. And so, yeah, Miles King said, I don't believe in organized religion. I don't either, because it's ran by people, and I don't trust other people telling me what to believe. Hey, you got that right. I can talk to the Most High directly. I don't need a mediator. What you say, Miles? Now you know you need to type that again, because that is the absolute truth. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. That is the phrase for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Child, please. I know that's right. Due process is many will misinterpret what he means, but it's facts. As you can look it up yourself. Do your own research. You're absolutely right about that due process. Being feminine doesn't mean weakness. Absolutely, it means strength. Why do you think so many men don't appreciate the strength of a woman? Their ego won't allow them to appreciate nor accept the strength of a woman. Do you see what I'm saying? We had many successful African female, absolutely, absolutely, many female led societies. Do you see what I'm saying? Pre and post the Egyptian dynasties. And so yeah, and many in Africa, there's a village. On a side note, a village ran by women, because a female started this village. It's called the village with no men, and it's in Kenya. And she started that village. She went off on her own and started her own village, really as one big giant domestic violence shelter, because the women were treated uh, subhuman. They were being mistreated in every kind of way imaginable, the women and the girls, not only by the men of that tribe, but also by foreigners. Okay, these foreign militaries that were coming in and doing every debaucherous thing in the world to them, and the men in that village would just stand around and not do anything. And the woman that started the village, she got tired of it, because she was raped by one of these sailors from these other countries, and her husband wouldn't do anything about it. And instead of the village men and even her husband doing anything about it, they rebuked her. They turned on her because she was raped. Okay, and so she went out and started the village, because it's called the village with no men. Okay, her story is on YouTube as well. Just YouTube search the village with no men. Okay, and that is the reason why she went off and started that village. Okay. And so yeah, it's just girl. So yeah. But yeah, you're right about that due process. Many will misinterpret it, what he means. Absolutely. Okay. Who's zooming who? Laura said, thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Laura. Thank you for saying it. Mal said, I was raised Baptist as well. Due process is that's right. In Kenya, absolutely. In Kenya. Like I said, you guys can YouTube search it if you want to see the video. Meaning the bots are us. Yeah, who's zooming who? Oh, I got you. I got you. Due process. Who's zooming who? Child, I feel you. Because YouTube real messy. Okay. And so, yeah, but anyway, I want to play that video for you guys. We are not even at an hour. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I love, love, love this particular video from young Pharoah. You guys have to go check out his channel. Now, he can get pretty far out there sometime. Okay. And I don't agree with every single thing that he says, but I really enjoyed this video right here. And he's correct. He's correct historically. He's correct as far as the physical body goes. He's correct about what he was saying about religion. So, and I was like, oh, child, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And so, anyway, I want to share this video, like I said, with you guys, because it perfectly accompanied the video that I did yesterday, and we were speaking about women as it pertains to in outside of YouTube, on YouTube, all of it. Why we are the most disrespected women on the planet, because we are the most unprotected women on the planet, because our men, for the most part, collectively, our men, they have turned away from us. They cling to other men, and I know it's uncomfortable for a lot of people, because when I start speaking about that yesterday, particularly in this sector, a whole lot of people got silent. Do you see what I'm saying? Because a lot of stuff that you see in this sector, do you see what I'm saying? The disrespect sometimes is at an all-time high. And like I told you, what they doing is they playing pimp hoe games in the sector with the women, because there are more women in the sector, in anything, and they want to lift you up so you can go in your pocketbook and super chat, or whatever chat, but then they want to break you down. And when they need your money, they want to lift you, or your click or your view, they want to lift you back up again. Okay, but if you notice, there's always an undercurrent of anger towards the black woman. Okay, particularly in this sector. All right, whether you like it or not. Look at how we've heard a lot of videos talking about when old boy was over there crying. Some people are patting him on the back, oh, it's okay, and all this and all that. But when you see a black woman on screen, for instance, this is just an example. This is just my commentary. Don't take it personally. It's not an assault. It's not a roast. It's not a gag. It's not a beef. It's just the truth. But when you see a woman on her crying, you see her as weak. You see him as pitiful, and you're accepting that, but you see her as weak. I wonder why that is. I wonder why that is. She can't just be having a bad day. She can't just be, upset and sharing stuff, with people. Do you see what I'm saying? And you got other women calling her weak. You got other women also patting this grown man on the back for crying. Okay? Now come on, make it make sense. All right. And like I said, they're playing pimp hoe games. All right. So why are you crying? Are you crying because you're truly upset? Or are you crying, about, something horrific, might I add, that you had to endure in your life? But are you crying because you run a game? Because you know you done mistreated the people that had your back. And you got to do that little cry thing to hustle the females in your audience. Okay. Really got to think about what those tears are really for. Okay. And how long will those tears last? How long can they be sustained, really? How long is that game going to work? That's just a little something to think about. You see what I'm saying? As opposed to the woman, you get on here and cry one time. You weak, you this, you that, you blah, 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 blah. There going to be several videos made about you crying. What's she crying for? Da, 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 da. We've all seen it. Do you see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing new. It is what it is, Not even online, but offline. We are disrespected, but we have to start to uplift ourselves. We have to start to pat ourselves on the back. Yes, we are very catty with one another. We're going to continue to go back and forth with one another. That is what women do. We are very catty. But when you have males in the mix and they start wanting to overrun your caddy for their caddy, it becomes mean and very insensitive and very unsettling. Okay? And for other females to co-sign that madness is beyond me. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it. Okay? And a lot of women, the reason why a lot of them got quiet yesterday, because they scared. They don't want to get roasted by some of these men in this sector. They don't want to appear to be they might be afraid that they ain't gonna get no shine in the comment section, all this and all that. They just for whatever reason. Do you see what I'm saying? Not all the women in the sector, but a lot of them. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. But we all know that I don't mind. I don't care. What you say don't bother me none. Okay. That's why a lot of them don't like me. Because it is what it is at the end of the day. That's why they try to silence me. That's why they try to mute me. I still don't care. If I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. If I don't want to be bothered with it, I don't want to be bothered with it. But what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with you if you got more trouble in your voice than I do. That's not what I'm not going to do, because I can't take you seriously. Okay? I can't take you seriously if you all of a sudden want to exercise and you want to walk because your man, and you a man, your man done gave you a juicer and you telling the world, oh, my man just want the best of me. No, your man was telling you getting too fat and you need to work on it. Okay. Ain't that what men tell women? Sometimes, huh? Ain't that what women tell women? You can't get no man because you fat. Okay. Well, evidently it's the same in another community as well. Imagine that. Did y'all catch that today? Huh? I'm just saying. Anyway, let me get off of here. I didn't want to make this too long, and it's just my commentary. It just is what it is. And I want to give you guys something to think about, ponder on, a video that you could enjoy, especially as it pertains to our African ancestry. And also, you guys have heard me speak about bloodlines before. I'm glad he mentioned bloodline, especially as it pertains to a lot of our spiritualities. One of our spiritualities is voodoo. When it crossed over, it turned into hoodoo, root work, and all this and all that. But a lot of the colonials have demonized that as well, to the point to where even our own people, our ancestral spirituality has been demonized. Okay, and when I talk about the bloodline, when I say I will never be able to, dabble into or deal with voodoo, and when I say my blood is simply not strong enough, that is what I mean. My blood is tainted because of slavery. Do you see what I'm saying? My blood is not strong enough to dabble into the world of voodoo. It's not cause it's evil. It's not evil. It's spirituality. It's just that my blood ain't strong enough. Do you see what I'm saying? And a lot of people get caught up dealing with stuff that they really know nothing about at all, simply because your blood is not strong enough. Okay, everything ain't for everybody. Then you get caught up, you acting crazy. You don't know what happened. It's because your blood ain't strong enough. And if you don't start nothing, it won't be done. Anyway, this is a video for another day. I'll be getting off here. You guys enjoy your day. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to smile at somebody. And never, ever, ever forget to love your beautiful melanated self. And I'm going to talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Peace.